Good morning to the moon. Hello, moon. Moon map. So, yeah, the black body in physics, the black body absorbs the radiation and it, I guess, projects or X ray, and then the X ray image is on the moon. And that's of the flat Earth land territories that we know of, and then the extra territories, the more land. That's a really interesting one. I've been looking on Instagram. There's some really good stuff with the Tartaria and harmonics and sacred geometry, and like I'm not sure about that. What I am sure of is like they talk about like maybe the cathedral in Cologne or whatever in Germany, and how like amazing these cathedrals and that are cathode rails, like and so in ancient Rome and stuff they had plumbing and they had aqueducts and they had like running water and that, but then like only a couple hundred years ago they didn't, and they just threw their feces out into the street and shit in pots and stuff. But it's really interesting because they call it the ether, and so is the ether like a combo of like gas and electricity, or is it just the electricity? The spirit, the fifth element. But I've been talking to the show. We were just talking about because there was that St. Jones channel that used to talk about the moon, but he was looking it up on Google, and old Google said that the stars are black bodies, and that the sun is a black body, and so that's that black hole sun, won't you come? But then, isn't the sun supposed to be a nuclear furnace and all this sort of shit? See, the story's not even consistent anymore. Like, what the info that you get from AI and Google searches and stuff isn't consistent with the narrative that we were told, I was told when I was younger, other people have been told. If you look at the point is, it's gotten to the point where it's just like, history's clearly bunk. And the science is a lot of junk. Not all the science. A lot of explanations of things, and like Michelle was like, when I told Islam girl that oil was fake, she like when I told her that the Earth was flat, she said I ruined her day. And then like when I told her that like that oil was like made from plants and like wasn't crude oil that gets sucked up from underneath the ocean made from dead dinosaurs, like she blocked me on Facebook and said my dad worked on the oil fields. And yeah, everyone's uncle fucking worked on the oil rig. I was a chef on the oil rig. Fuck knows why people go with all this stuff. What do they call that? The show will. The point is that it's all just hoaxy BS. And it's good not to be caught up in a bullshit social world and reality. That's why I just go to work and just nice to people. Just be nice, work hard, and everyone likes you when you go home. That's what a good goyim does. A good goyim just be nice, work hard. And so I can just act that out. But it would be cooler to get like 50 grand a year from doing not work. You mean to Jew it up? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there's my church over there. I was baptized a Catholic. But seriously, fuck the Vatican and fuck all that shit. You know it as a kid. like, like, what is this story about? Like, this Jesus and, like, from the Middle East and what? Like, I just come to an understanding that people grab onto something like that. Their Rock of Gibraltar. They can hold on to this belief. This belief will shepherd me through life. And I just think that with a human consciousness awareness, you're effectively walking around in the dark with like a flashlight, with a torch. And you're able to illuminate parts to yourself at any one time. But the whole thing is just too much to even take in. There's just way too much information. But what if you can take in all the information? What would that do to you personally? Boom, boom, boom. Who fucking knows? Well, if you did start taking it, you would just forget shit. But it's about what you remember. Like, the moon map was a good one. I told Vanessa about that when we were in Nepal. And there's that clock. What country is it in? The one they changed the face of or whatever during COVID. And put a globe in the middle. Yeah. Fuck, it would suck to still believe in all that shit. Like, it's such a restricted MySpace, and like, I don't know, stepping back, it just, because Flat Earth just really took off 10 years ago or whatever, and then like Aaron just like exploded with all of his cool stuff, and just that's an intellect that was working on a problem. But I mean, it only goes so far. Because once you know the basic facts, like arguing over all the detail doesn't really do that much good. It's like, 90% of the effort comes from 10%, and the other 10% comes from an extra 90% of effort. I'm not about that. I'd rather just do just the 10% and get 90% of the result. Like these low effort video diaries I'm making for myself that I just listen to the next day. It's like it does the hypnosis on myself, by myself, through myself. And it's like an auto hypnosis. And you just do it yourself. It's not something that you do with other people. Like, I sit here by myself and just talk to this thing, and then I just use it to play back the recording of myself the other day, and then I can even just like listen to myself. I can even comment on what I say to myself, and I've created a whole feedback loop of processing information like a computer. Like a GUI bot. No, I find it funny. Like the whole Jews, Christians, Muslims thing. And then Hindus and Sikhs and... I mean, fuck. The only people out of all the groups of people are the individuals who have individuated. Because they're the ones who do things. Everybody else is just trying to huddle around and fit into this group idea. It's crazy. Oh, that scam alert video I did? That's already got 1,000 views. It's weird how YouTube works. Like, that's funny. Whereas these will only get like 10 views or whatever. But I'm not caring about the views. I'm just doing this for myself. I would encourage people to do their own thing. And not care about what other people are doing or thinking. Because that's not going to fucking help. Because you still live in your own mind forever. By yourself. And consensus trance is just consensus trance. So it's good if you're going to do consensus trance, then at least have it align with reality. But the reality can be that you're just fooling yourself. Anyway, that's all I've got for today, me. Have an excellent morning. 11 minutes and 30 seconds.